All right, so today we're going to do a deep dive on Liv Pure. Have you heard of this one?
Yeah, I've seen the ads popping up everywhere.
It's this supplement that claims to optimize your liver for weight loss.
Oh yeah, they say it turns your liver into a fat-burning furnace or something like that.
Exactly, a fat-burning furnace. It's a pretty bold claim.
Definitely. It makes you wonder if there's any real science behind it.
Well, we've got two sources here. The first is Liv Pure's own marketing material, where they lay out all their claims. And the second is a pretty in-depth review that digs into the ingredients and potential benefits.
Okay, so we'll be comparing and contrasting what these sources say to get the full picture.
Exactly. We want to help you figure out if Liv Pure's is the real deal or just another marketing gimmick.
Sounds good. Let's dive in.
Okay. So starting with the marketing stuff, Liv Pure really emphasizes this idea of a compromised liver being the root cause of stubborn belly fat.
Right, like your liver's not functioning properly and that's why you can't lose weight.
Yeah. They even throw around this number saying that our livers are overwhelmed by over 85,000 toxic substances.
Wow, 85,000. That's a lot.
Right. It's meant to sound kind of scary. Like our poor livers are drowning in toxins.
So what does that actually mean for our liver function, though? Is there any truth to that?
That's a good question. I mean, it's true that the liver is our main detox organ. It filters out all the bad stuff from our blood.
Right. But is it really as simple as saying a compromised liver equals belly fat?
Well, that's where we need to separate the marketing hype from the actual science.
Exactly. I mean, there's definitely a link between liver health and metabolism.
Yeah.
But it's probably not as straightforward as they make it sound.
And what about that 85,000 number? Is that even accurate?
It sounds alarming, but it's important to put it into context. We're exposed to countless substances every day, but the dose and duration of exposure are key.
So it's not just the sheer number of toxins, but how much of them we're exposed to and for how long.
Precisely. Think of it like this. Your liver is like a filter. It can handle a certain amount of stuff, but if you overload it constantly, that's when you might start to see problems.
That makes sense. Okay, so Liv Pure claims their proprietary blend can help with this whole liver optimization thing.
Yeah. Let's take a look at those ingredients. They list 10 of them.
Okay, so we've got silymarin, betaine, berberine, molybdenum, glutathione, camellia sinensis, resveratrol, genistein, chlorogenic acid, and choline.
Some of those are familiar, some not so much.
Same here. What can you tell us about them?
Well, some, like silymarin, which comes from milk thistle, have a decent amount of research backing their liver protective properties.
Oh, like how does that work?
Studies show that it can help reduce inflammation and protect against cell damage, which is good for overall liver function.
Okay, that's promising. What about the others? Any standouts?
Betaine has been studied for its role in preventing fat buildup in the liver.
Interesting. So that kind of ties into their weight loss claims.
Right. And then there's berberine. It's shown some promise in improving insulin sensitivity, which indirectly affects how your body processes and stores fat.
Okay, so there's at least some scientific basis for a few of these ingredients.
Yeah, but then there are others like camellia sinensis, which is green tea extract.
Oh yeah, I know that one. What's that doing in a liver supplement?
Well, green tea extract, along with resveratrol, which is often found in grapes and red wine, are included for their antioxidant and potential weight management benefit.
Right. But I've heard mixed things about the effectiveness of those for weight loss.
Yeah, the research on their effects is mixed. Some studies show more promising results than others.
So not exactly a slam dunk on those.
Not really. And the marketing material definitely doesn't go into the nuances of those studies.
I bet they probably just focus on the positive stuff.
Yeah, they tend to highlight the potential benefits without mentioning the limitations or the need for further research.
Okay, so we've got this mix of ingredients, some with stronger evidence than others. Liv Pure also makes a big deal about being all natural and plant-based, manufactured in an FDA-registered GMP-certified facility.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it gives the impression of quality and safety, but does that automatically mean it's effective?
Well, while natural sounds appealing, even natural substances can have side effects or interact with medications.
True. And what about those certifications? Do they guarantee anything?
So FDA registration and GMP certification mean they meet certain manufacturing standards.
Okay, so they're following the rules.
Right. But the FDA doesn't actually pre-approve supplements for safety or effectiveness before they hit the market.
So it's not a free pass. Just because it's on the shelf doesn't mean it works or that it's safe for everyone.
Exactly. It's important to remember that.
Speaking of safety, Liv Pure does offer a 60-day money-back guarantee, which is good.
Yeah. It shows they're confident in their product.
But the review we have also mentions potential side effects.
Oh, right. What does it say?
Things like mild stomach discomfort and potential allergic reactions, although those seem to be rare.
Okay, so nothing too serious, but still something to be aware of.
Definitely. The review also stresses that individual results may vary.
Which is an important point. Supplements aren't one size fits all.
Right. What works for one person might not work for another.
Exactly. And that's why it's always a good idea to talk to your healthcare provider before starting any new supplement.
Especially if you have any pre-existing conditions or are taking other medications.
Absolutely. They can help you weigh the potential risks and benefits.
All right. So we've got some intriguing ingredients, some bold claims, and a few things to be cautious about. What are your initial thoughts as we unpack all of this?
Well, one thing that jumps out at me is the difference in tone between the marketing material and the review.
Oh, yeah. How so?
Well, the marketing is very, marketing-y, lots of buzzwords and promises of dramatic results.
It's trying to sell you something.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas the review is more balanced. It focuses on explaining the science and managing expectations.
So it's important for our listeners to keep that in mind when they're reading about Liv Pure or any other supplement for that matter.
Absolutely. It's like comparing a flashy billboard to a detailed product label.
Yeah.
Both provide information, but with different intentions.
That's a great analogy. Okay. So we've talked about the claims, the ingredients, and the importance of consulting your doctor. What's next on our deep dive into Liv Pure?
Well, now that we've laid the groundwork, I think it's time to dig deeper into that 85,000 toxins claim and see if the science really backs it up.
Ooh, yeah. Let's get into the nitty-gritty.
And maybe even more importantly, are there more effective natural ways to support your liver's natural detoxification process without relying solely on a supplement?
Now, that's a question I'm really interested in exploring. Stick with us as we continue our deep dive into Liv Pure.
That 85,000 number, it really gets your attention, doesn't it?
It does. Like, wow, are we really exposed to that many toxins?
It makes you think about what you can do to protect yourself.
Exactly. But is it really as bad as they make it sound?
Well, first off, we need to define what we even mean by toxin.
Yeah, what are they actually counting in that 85,000 number?
Right, could be anything.
Air
pollutants, pesticides, artificial food additives, you name it.
So it's a pretty broad category.
It is. And just because we're exposed to a substance doesn't automatically make it a threat to our health.
Right. Our bodies can handle some level of toxins.
Right. Exactly. We have natural defense mechanisms.
So our liver is like our built-in detox system.
Exactly. It filters out harmful substances from our blood, breaks them down so they can be eliminated.
But like any filter, it can get overloaded.
Right. If we're constantly bombarding it with high levels of toxins over a long period, that's when problems can arise.
So it's all about balance and supporting our liver's natural detoxification process.
Exactly.
Okay, so how do we know if our liver is struggling? Are there any warning signs?
That's a good question. Some potential signs of liver dysfunction can include fatigue, digestive issues like bloating or nausea, skin problems, like jaundice or itchy skin, even changes in mood or concentration.
Wow, so it can manifest in a lot of different ways.
It can, but it's important to remember that these symptoms can also be caused by other things.
So if you're experiencing any of those things, it's best to see a doctor to get a proper diagnosis.
Absolutely, don't self-diagnose.
Back to Liv Pure, they seem to imply that their supplement can do all the heavy lifting when it comes to detox.
Yeah, they talk about liver purification and cleansing.
But is that realistic? Can a supplement really do all that?
Well, while some ingredients like silymarin and glutathione have antioxidant properties that can help protect the liver,
Right, we talked about those earlier.
they're not magic bullets. Detoxification is a complex process.
It's not as simple as popping a pill and expecting your liver to be instantly clean.
Not quite. It involves multiple organs and systems. Your kidneys, lungs, skin, even your gut bacteria all play a role.
So it's a team effort.
Exactly. And a supplement can only do so much.
Okay, so what about the weight loss aspect? We've talked about the ingredients, but how strong is the evidence that Liv Pure can actually help people lose weight?
That's where things get a little murky. The marketing materials make bold claims about rapid fat burning and reaching your desired weight.
Right. They make it sound easy.
But they don't provide any hard evidence to back those claims up. No studies, no clinical trials.
Yeah. You'd think if they had solid research, they'd be shouting it from the rooftops.
Right. The review does mention that individual results may vary.
Which is a pretty standard disclaimer.
Yeah. But I'd like to see some real-world data or testimonials from people who've actually used Liv Pure and lost weight.
Me too. Anecdotal evidence isn't the same as scientific proof, but it can give you a sense of whether a product lives up to the hype.
Exactly. And it's important to remember that many factors contribute to weight loss. Diet, exercise, sleep, stress levels, genetics.
So it's not realistic to think that a supplement can single-handedly solve all your weight problems.
It's about making lifestyle changes too.
So what's the bottom line for someone considering Liv Pure?
I'd say proceed with caution and manage your expectations.
Don't expect miracles.
Exactly. Liv Pure might offer some potential benefits for liver health and weight management.
But it's not a magic solution.
Right. The best approach to achieving sustainable weight loss and optimal health is through a combination of healthy lifestyle choices, a balanced diet, regular exercise, stress management, minimizing exposure to toxins.
And of course, talk to your doctor before starting any new supplement regimen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially if you have any underlying health conditions or are taking medications.
They can help you make an informed decision.
Right. So we've talked about what Liv Pure claims to do. But you mentioned earlier that there are more effective natural ways to support your liver. Can you tell us more about those?
Yeah, I'm really interested in that. Like, what can we do to give our liver a helping hand without relying solely on supplements?
Absolutely. There are lots of things. And the good news is there are things you should be doing anyway for your overall health.
So it's a win-win.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's start with something simple. Maintaining a healthy weight. Excess weight, especially around the belly, puts extra stress on your liver.
So even if Liv Pure isn't the magic answer to weight loss, managing your weight through diet and exercise can indirectly help your liver.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And speaking of diet, what you eat plays a huge role in liver health.
Okay. So what should we be eating?
Focus on whole, unprocessed foods. Fruits, veggies, lean protein, whole grains, limit saturated fats, sugary drinks, processed foods, all that stuff.
So basically the usual healthy eating advice.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But there are also some specific foods that are particularly good for your liver.
Oh, like what?
Cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower. They boost your liver's natural detoxification enzymes.
Interesting. I love broccoli.
And don't forget about healthy fats. Avocados, nuts, olive oil. They help reduce inflammation and protect the liver from damage.
Got it. So we've got diet. What about hydration?
Ah, yes. Water. Extremely important. Water helps flush out toxins and waste products in the body, including those processed by the liver.
So make sure you're drinking enough.
Aim for at least 8 glasses a day. More if you're active or live in a hot climate.
Okay, water check. What about exercise? Does that help our liver too?
It does. Regular physical activity can help reduce fatty buildup in the liver and improve insulin sensitivity, which is good for metabolic health overall.
So what kind of exercise are we talking about?
Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise most days of the week. Doesn't have to be anything crazy.
Yeah.
Even brisk walking or dancing can make a difference.
Okay, that's doable. So diet, exercise, hydration, anything else we can do?
Stress management is crucial. Chronic stress can really damage your liver, leads to inflammation, increased risk of damage.
So it's not just about what we put into our bodies, but also how we manage our mental and emotional state.
Exactly. Find healthy ways to cope with stress, whether it's meditation, yoga, spending time in nature, or just taking breaks throughout the day to relax.
Those are all good things.
They are. And here's one more thing to consider. Certain herbs and spices have traditionally been used to support liver health.
Oh, really? Like what?
Turmeric, ginger, dandelion root. More research is needed, but incorporating them into your diet could be beneficial.
Interesting. So there are lots of natural ways to support our liver health without relying solely on supplements.
There are. It's about taking a holistic approach.
Okay. So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive into Liv Pure, any key takeaways you want to leave our listeners with?
I think the main point is that Liv Pure might be an option to consider, but don't view it as a quick fix.
It's not a magic pill.
Exactly. The most effective way to achieve optimal liver health and overall well-being is through a combination of healthy lifestyle choices and informed decision-making.
Right. Do your research, talk to your doctor, make sustainable changes. That's the key.
Exactly. And remember, your body is incredibly resilient. With the right care and attention, it can do amazing things.
Love that. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today, but there's still so much more to explore when it comes to liver health.
There is. It's a fascinating topic.
It is, and we'll definitely be diving deeper into it in future episodes.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. But for now, we're going to wrap things up here. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into Liv Pure.
It's been a pleasure.
Always a pleasure chatting with you. And to our listeners out there, stay curious, keep learning, and take good care of yourselves. All right, so we've talked a lot about Liv Pure, But let's shift gears a bit and talk about those natural ways to support your liver.
Yeah, because even if you're taking a supplement, giving your liver a little extra love through lifestyle changes can't hurt.
Exactly. So no crazy detox teas or anything like that.
No.
Yeah.
We're talking about sustainable, healthy habits.
Okay. So where do we start?
Well, one of the simplest things you can do is maintain a healthy weight.
Because extra weight puts stress on the liver.
Exactly. Especially belly fat.
So even if Liv Pure isn't a magic solution for weight loss, managing your weight through diet and exercise can indirectly benefit your liver.
Precisely.
Okay. What about diet? What should we be eating to support liver health?
Focus on whole, unprocessed foods. Fruits, veggies, lean protein, whole grains.
Okay. The usual suspects.
Pretty much.
Duh.
And limit things like saturated fats, sugary drinks, processed foods.
Got it. Anything specific we should be eating more of?
Cruciferous vegetables are great. Broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower.
Oh, I love those.
They help boost your liver's natural detoxification enzymes.
Interesting. And what about healthy fats?
Those are important too. Avocados, nuts, olive oil. They can help reduce inflammation and protect the liver.
Okay, so we've got diet covered. What about hydration?
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Water, essential for flushing out toxins and waste products.
Including those processed by the liver.
Exactly. Aim for at least 8 glasses a day. More if you're active or in a hot climate.
All right. Water check. Exercise.
Absolutely. Regular physical activity is so important for liver health.
How so?
It can help reduce fatty buildup in the liver and improve insulin sensitivity.
So what kind of exercise are we talking about?
Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise most days of the week. Doesn't have to be anything too strenuous.
Okay. Like brisk walking, dancing.
Exactly.
Okay. So we've got diet, exercise, hydration. What else?
And don't forget about stress management.
Oh, right. Because stress can impact our physical health too.
Absolutely. Chronic stress can wreak havoc on your liver.
So how do we manage stress?
Find what works for you. Meditation, yoga, spending time in nature, taking breaks throughout the day.
Yeah, it's important to prioritize self-care.
It is. And here's one more thing you might find interesting.
What's that?
Certain herbs and spices have traditionally been used to support liver health.
Oh, really? Like what?
Turmeric, ginger, dandelion root.
I've heard of those.
More research is needed, but they might offer some additional benefits.
Interesting. So there are lots of natural ways to support our liver health without relying solely on supplements.
There are.
Yeah.
And remember, those lifestyle changes are good for your overall health, not just your liver.
Right. It's about taking a holistic approach.
Exactly.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive into Liv Pure, any final thoughts for our listeners?
I think the key takeaway is that while Liv Pure might be an option to explore, it's not a miracle cure.
It's not going to solve all your problems overnight.
Right. The most effective way to achieve optimal liver health and overall well-being is through a combination of healthy habits and informed decision-making.
So do your research, talk to your doctor, and remember that true health is a journey, not a destination.
Well said.
All right. That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into Liv Pure.
It's been a pleasure.
And to our listeners out there, stay curious, keep learning, and take good care of yourselves.